Apartment complex where I live has a high number of elderly residents, many of whom struggle just to care for themselves, let alone shop and cook a full meal. Seeing their plight, I started something I called the $5 Supper Club. For just $5, they got a hot meal with 2 protein dishes and a side of vegetables. For those with mobility issues, I even delivered it right to their door. I'd been running it for 3 months when suddenly, someone jumped out and accused me of using rotten ingredients, claiming my food had sent an old man to the hospital. My father was fine this morning, but after eating your charity meal, he was violently ill, vomiting and everything. He almost died. The very same grandmothers and grandfathers who had been thanking me just a day before now stood silent. Not a single person spoke up in my defense. I thought about the hours I spent every day, starting before dawn, picking out the absolute freshest ingredients, and how I was losing money on every single plate I served. Suddenly, the entire endeavor felt utterly meaningless. Very well, I said, my voice heavy. If that is the case, the $5 Supper Club is canceled. I'm done. Harper, make sure you save me a portion of the braised pork today. My old man loves the way you make it. Harper, my mother can't manage the stairs. Please deliver at the usual time. Thank you. My phone was buzzing constantly. A flurry of messages from the supper club's group chat. Then, Mrs. Rodriguez posted a voice note. Oh, thank goodness Harper started this supper club. We have so many seniors here whose kids aren't nearby. Cooking is a hassle. They used to just scrape by on instant ramen or cold bread. It broke my heart. Now, Harper gives them 2 mains and a side for only $5, and he brings it right to their door. The vegetables are stewed nice and soft. Perfect for our folks. It has solved a huge problem. As soon as her message ended, a wave of agreement flooded the chat. Yes, Mrs. Rodriguez is spot on. My dad used to live on leftovers, but now he eats a hot meal every day. He's in much better spirits. Harper is truly a good soul. I did the math. $5 doesn't even cover the cost of the ingredients. He's definitely subsidizing this himself. Watching the messages scroll across the screen, I felt the strength return to my arms as I stirred the pot. For the past 3 months, I'd been up at 5 every morning to drive to the wholesale market for ingredients. Then it was back to washing, chopping, and cooking until the lunch rush at 11. I often didn't finish the deliveries and get a chance to eat my own lunch until 2 or 3 in the afternoon. $5 a meal barely covered the ingredients. Utilities and gas all came out of my pocket. Sometimes, when a senior forgot their wallet, I just waved them off. I knew the tastes and dietary needs of everyone in that group chat. Occasionally, a neighbor, feeling guilty, would overpay by $10 or $20, and I'd save that money to buy things like disposable containers or sanitizing wipes for the kitchen. The gratitude and reliance of my neighbors were the only fuel I needed. I was just about to type a reply to the group when a rough voice boomed from the doorway. Harper, get out here. Don't you dare try to run. My heart sank. I put down my stirring spoon and hurried over. Standing in the doorway was a man in his mid-30s, face flushed red, eyes full of aggression. Several neighbors had already gathered nearby, watching the spectacle. Can I help you, sir? I asked, confused. Help me? The man's voice was enormous, making my ears ring. My father ate your supper club meal, and now he's violently ill. He's on an IV drip in the hospital right now, nearly dead. Does that sound like something you can help me with? I